All right, it's being reported numerous places. It's not 100% signed yet, but Kyle Connor will be playing for the Winnipeg Jets for 7 more years. It's rumored to be around $50 million, might be exactly $50 million. Freege was just on Hockey Night in Canada saying around $50 million, so around $7.1 million a year for Kyle Connor. That's fantastic. What the Winnipeg Jets have done this offseason, Cheveldayoff, what he's done with getting both Laine and Connor signed. Good deal for them. I'm still concerned with Winnipeg when it comes to what's going to happen with Byfuglien potentially not being in their lineup. You know, if Buff retires, what if he just sits out? What if we're in this spot where we don't know what Buff's doing until, say, January? So that's the one question mark left now if you're a Winnipeg Jets fan. So Connor's back. He should be back on that first line, and I know there's going to be debates right away about whether or not certain players should be on the first line, but last year, Connor, Scheifele, and Wheeler was a really good line for Winnipeg. I anticipate that line being together this year as well. Good contract, 7 years, $50 million. Again, I like Kyle Connor's game. I think he's a good two-way forward. And the one thing that I get asked is, you know, when I talk about Laine and Connor and why I like Connor better, I think defensively Connor's the more sound of the two players. Yes, Laine has that explosive ability to score goals, but Connor I like better as a player. So no offer sheets, no concerns, and still no Julius Honka. So, and the funny thing is, all I've been hearing on TV is, well, now they're all done. Somewhere Honka sheds a tear. But for those of us who have been waiting for these restricted free agents to get signed, thank God it's done. I'm just so glad it's done. I'm so glad we can get back to playing hockey. And if you're a Jets fan, your season just got better because Kyle Connor is going to be on this roster. Laine is going to be on this roster. And then we can get to all the debates over whatever. If the Jets get off to a really good start this year, this all gets forgotten. If they struggle out of the gate and if their blue line's an issue, we'll be bringing up trade rumors with the Winnipeg Jets pretty darn quick. Let me know your thoughts, though, regarding the cap hit and the length. Again, we don't have the exact number yet, but it looks like it's going to be $50 million for the 70 or for 70 years. That'd be quite the contract for 7 years. He's not signing that long term. He likes Winnipeg, not that much, but this also should help take some of the sting out of. I've been seeing a lot online about how players don't want to play in Winnipeg, which is weird because up until last year we were talking about how all these players like Scheifele, Wheeler, Byfuglien, they all want to sign in Winnipeg and they're signing long term. And then as soon as Trouba left, which it didn't feel like was as much to do with Winnipeg as he wanted to play in the States, and you know the Laine issue comes up, then all of a sudden people are like, oh, nobody wants to play in Winnipeg. So with Connor signing long term, it takes some of the sting out of that. I think that used to be a thing back in the 90s. I think there's still some moments where a player, maybe 2 or 3, might say, I'd rather not play in Winnipeg. But you know what? There are players who wouldn't want to play in Vancouver. There's players who wouldn't want to play in Toronto. There are players who wouldn't want to play in California or potentially in New York. All players are different, and I don't necessarily think Winnipeg is on no trade lists for a lot of veteran players. I think Winnipeg's a popular place to go because they've put together a pretty solid team, and this year they're going to have everybody in camp and good to go from here going forward, with that one caveat. What happens with Byfuglien? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you again soon.